Could the Red Sox be saying goodbye to their captain? What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and we haven't even started the 2024 offseason yet, but already the Boston Red Sox are going to look a whole lot different going into 2024 than they have over the last few years. Obviously, the biggest ones right now are the front office position holes. Who's going to fill those? What's that going to look like? But you also have some trickle-down effect here with some of the coaches being gone and a new coaching staff coming into the Red Sox, and we haven't even gotten to the players on the field yet, right? We have no idea what that's going to look like. So the Red Sox are poised to look a whole lot different in 2024, but one name I did not expect to be talking about as a possibility for not being here in 2024 is none other than Jason Varitek, but yet here we are talking about it today. So in today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to break down the latest surrounding Jason Varitek, why his name is being mentioned as someone who could be leaving, what are the likelihoods that he's going, and what is the likelihood that he's staying, and how does all of this affect the Boston Red Sox? That's what we're getting into today. But before we get into that, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. Okay, so for those of you who may not know why we're talking about Jason Varitek of all people in today's video, a few days ago it came out that the San Francisco Giants were requesting permission from the Boston Red Sox to interview Jason Varitek to be their next manager. Now, for those of you who may not know, if a person or player is under contract with a team and another organization wants to interview them for some sort of GM or coaching role, they have to ask permission from the team they're under contract by. It's up to the team to decide whether or not they're going to grant permission for this interview. The reason we're making this video today is because on Friday of last week, it was officially confirmed by Joel Sherman that the Red Sox had granted permission to the San Francisco Giants to interview Jason Varitek. Now, before we all start going down there and storming the gates on Jersey Street, we got to understand a little bit something first. According to Sherman, this isn't exactly okay, Jason Varitek is going to be flying to San Francisco. He's meeting players. He's meeting personnel, right? Right now, this is nothing more than smoke. According to Sherman of the New York Post, this permission was accepted, and the San Francisco Giants are going to be having an informal phone call with the Giants front office and Jason Varitek sometime later this week. Again, it's nothing crazy, but it is a little bit of a scary thought. Jason Varitek has obviously been in the Red Sox organization for a very long period of time. We all know about his playing days, right? The captain of the Boston Red Sox, 4 no-hitters caught, one of the best catchers in Red Sox history, if not the best catcher in Red Sox history. But Jason Varitek was also extremely intertwined with the Red Sox front office upon his retirement. After retiring in 2011, Jason Varitek took a job in the front office in 2012 as a special assistant to the GM. He also worked as a special assistant to the head of baseball operations before taking the role that he's currently in today, which has a couple of different names, and whatever way you want to push it, Jason Varitek is on the Red Sox bench, right? He's either a planning coordinator or a player information coach / catching coach, and he's been doing that since the start of 2021. What he really does is he plays an integral role for the Boston Red Sox, right? And it goes beyond just, hey, he's the catching coach. He was a great catcher for a very long period of time. He's going to help the current catchers be the best they can be. He obviously does that, but he does so much more on top of that. He has years, decades of experience with pitch calling and game calling. He helps pitchers and the pitching staff figure out how to attack certain players with certain tendencies and stuff like that. He helps hitters try and predict sequences and all that good stuff. He's got years of data stored up in his brain and on pages of notebooks upon notebooks that he utilizes to help the team coordinate attacks during every single game. So he's extremely important on the bench. He's also extremely important in the clubhouse as well, right? Jason Varitek was the last captain of the Boston Red Sox. He is a Red Sox, right? That's what you associate him with. He is a perfect personality to be in that clubhouse and bring some, older leadership to this team, right? Someone that guys can go to and be like, hey, look, I know you've been here for a while. I'm dealing with this issue with the media. How would you have dealt with it in your playing days, right? He's a resource both on the field and off the field, and losing him would be a giant hit to the Boston Red Sox, not only on the bench during games, but also in the clubhouse as well. Now, again, right now it's just sort of smoke, right? Red Sox fans, me, you, everyone included, knows exactly how much stock to put into someone being granted permission for an interview, right? We've watched over the last few weeks dozens, mothers, families, children, everyone essentially look at the Red Sox and say, I appreciate your request. Yes, it was granted by my team, but family considerations, I'm not going to be able to take it, right? We've seen 10, 15 of those so far in the Red Sox search for the GM. So as Red Sox fans, we already kind of understand exactly how much stock to put into an interview request or even an interview itself, right? It hasn't even taken place yet. We don't know exactly how it's going to go. And on top of that too, there are a couple other reasons why Jason Varitek might not be so inclined to move forward through the interview process with another team. For starters, before the 2023 season began, it was confirmed by Jason Varitek's wife herself, Chaim Bloom, that Jason Varitek had signed a 3-year extension with the Boston Red Sox. He was happy with his role. He wanted to stay in this organization just 1 year ago, and he's locked up through 2025. So that's good news for the Red Sox and Red Sox fans who don't want to see Jason Varitek leave. On top of that too, Jason Varitek has ingrained himself into this community. He lives and has lived in the Boston area for a very long period of time, and a move to San Francisco is not a light move, right? That's an entire plane ride across the country. That's a big move. So it is possible that legitimately family considerations could play into this as well. And on top of that too, right, Jason Varitek has done so much work with the Red Sox organization, both on the field and off the field. It's hard for me to believe that he's ready to up and leave the Boston Red Sox, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible at all. In fact, Jason Varitek has sort of been hinting at wanting to be a major league manager for a while now. He's never up and confirmed that that's his ultimate goal, but he's mentioned a couple of times that, hey, someday I'd probably like being a major league manager. He talked about, well, I'm not going to confirm or deny basically every time he's been asked about being a major league manager, and other people have spoken for him about what his ultimate goal is. In fact, Alex Cora spoke on Jason Varitek being a major league manager in 2021, and he's also spoken about it after, but this quote in 2021 in particular feels really relevant right now. In 2021, Alex Cora said, quote, he will manage in the big leagues. He will. But it's a process, and we talk about it, I think, with time. Somebody's going to give him a chance, and he's going to kill it. He's going to be great, right? Alex Cora and Jason Varitek have had countless conversations, according to this quote, about Jason Varitek eventually becoming manager. So while it's never been confirmed by Jason Varitek, I think everyone kind of understands already that Jason Varitek's ultimate goal at the end of the day is to be a manager in Major League Baseball. Now, with everything going on with the Red Sox right now, Alex Cora confirmed to be coming back in 2024, and it feels like he's going to be here for a long period of time, which again, I think is a right move to Jason Varitek. That could signal, hey, maybe my opportunity to be a major league manager isn't in Boston. Maybe it's somewhere else, and maybe it's time for me to go out and see and explore those other opportunities, starting with the San Francisco Giants, who are already knocking on my door. I think for most fans, and I honestly think for Jason Varitek himself, becoming a manager always felt like it was going to become a manager in Boston. He was always just going to sort of make his way up and be the manager of the Boston Red Sox at some point. But again, with Alex Cora being around for next year at the bare minimum, what feels like it's going to be the next couple of years, again, it might make sense for Jason Varitek to start getting a little impatient and start looking at other opportunities. And is that something we can blame him for? No, not at all. And honestly, when we're talking about Jason Varitek becoming the manager of the Boston Red Sox, I've talked about this a couple of times, but I've never fully put it in a video. I don't know if I would want Jason Varitek to become a manager.
You need to leave.
Before you guys freak out at me, I'm talking specifically about the Boston Red Sox. I think Jason Varitek would be a fantastic manager. Everything we have heard from coaching staffs, from players, from Jason Varitek himself, he seems like the guy who would be perfect to lead a team into victory. But in Boston, what happens if he doesn't, right? Jason Varitek is one of the most beloved players over the last, 100 years, right? Currently, right now, he essentially envelops everything it means to be a Boston Red Sox. He is the guy where you go to when you're talking about who is the Boston Red Sox, right? It's Jason Varitek. If Jason Varitek takes over this team and has 2 bad years in a row, like we've seen over the last 2 years, is he going to get the same treatment Alex Cora is getting right now? Is he going to get vilified by Boston media and Boston fans the second Jason Varitek doesn't have a good good year. The second you start to see a downswing in record over a couple of years, right? I don't want to see Jason Varitek go through that. I don't want Jason Varitek to be vilified by both the media and fans because of his managing ability, right? And again, I think you do a good job at it, but sometimes there's things out of your control, like we've seen over the last 2 years with Alex Cora. So in my opinion, maybe managing somewhere else makes sense for Jason Varitek. And I know that sounds insane. I know you're going to sit there and you're going to be like, but he is the Boston Red Sox, Corbin. He needs to manage in Boston. But again, I would hate to see Jason Varitek vilified in this city because of him becoming the manager and essentially fans and media forgetting about all the good he's done over the last, 20 years in Red Sox Nation. That's just my opinion, though. Overall, I think this interview request is awesome, right? I think it's really cool that Jason Varitek is being recognized throughout Major League Baseball as someone who understands the game in a way other people can't. And it's awesome that people recognize just how good of a baseball mind Jason Varitek really is. And as much as it would be painful, as much as it would suck to see someone who every single year that I've been a Red Sox fan has been a part of the Red Sox organization, whether on the field or off the field, leave this team and go and pursue other opportunities, I think a lot of us here would be happy for him, right? I think most Red Sox fans would be happy to see Jason Varitek get the opportunity he's been wanting to get for a little bit, take that opportunity and really run with it. But again, it would feel really, really weird to go into opening day 2024, really any opening day for that matter, without Jason Varitek on that bench in a Red Sox uniform. So to wrap this all up in a quick 60-second segment here, yes, Jason Varitek is going to be interviewing with the San Francisco Giants. The Red Sox granted him permission. No, it does not mean he is leaving for San Francisco. No, it does not mean he's packing his bags and selling his home, but it does mean there's a possibility that this could happen. It does mean that he is going to be on a phone with the Giants ownership and Giants front office within the next few days. And while my gut is telling me this probably will end up being nothing and this video will be essentially useless, there's also a part of me that won't be surprised if this end up does becoming something. And I could see Jason Varitek, at least a small percentage, taking this opportunity to officially become a manager in Major League Baseball. But that's just my opinion. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of all this? What do you think of Jason Varitek being interviewed by other teams to be the manager of their club? Are you happy for him? Are you not happy for him? Are you mad? What are you thinking with Jason Varitek interviewing to leave the Boston Red Sox? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end of this video, do me a favor. Make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're new here, we talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.